Hey everybody, welcome back to Kindred Spirits on the Roof. Last time we said goodbye to Sachi and Megumi as they have finally moved on after fulfilling their final wish. It was a little sad, it was a lot sad. And now we're just heading home, morning after of a really, what I imagine was a really awkward first time. But yeah, and that's where we are, and let's just pick up right where we left off last time. The breath I released hung in the air, a faint mist. What was it? A sigh, perhaps of relief? It was now past 5 in the morning, but the sun still hid behind the horizon. Only a light hue was growing in the eastern sky. After that, we cleaned up the room, gathered our stuff, and made sure all the doors were locked and left. We walked down Camilla Lane together, hand in hand. We walked slowly. The air is getting chilly. It's almost winter after all. My hand around Hina's is warm. We're just walking, talking about nothing in particular, slowly on our way home, me and Hina. This time, the sigh was probably for the cold breeze. I called out to her beside me. Hina gave her usual quick reply. I just muttered, staring ahead. My words came out softly in the cold morning air. Sachi-san and Megumi, it just happened. They left, went home. I'm finally able to see their faces in my mind. I couldn't recall the image until now. Not after, while we were leaving, and not while we were walking here. Their faces at the end weren't clear. What they looked like, what we talked about, what they told me at the end. Even though I was watching the whole time, I'd watched everything. Afterwards, suddenly it'd all gone fuzzy. I wonder why. Hina's saying something to me. I just gave her a little nod. I'm listening, Hina. One more time from right beside me. Oh, come on, Yuna. Don't be like this. I gave another nod, still staring ahead and walking slowly. Hina's not taking your short responses well. One more time. This time. Oh, we've got another sweet embrace. Hina's face was right in front of mine. Hina had stepped ahead of me at some point. She was looking right at my face. I stopped walking and stood still. On instinct, my arms rose up to catch her in them.
丈夫。ね。
Don't lie, don't lie, Yuna. Come on, you're probably... Sachi and Megumi were like your best friends for the last 6 months. Don't lie, you're not okay. They left. They went away. I mean, you're crying. You have tears in your face. Hina's face filled my view. Blurry for some reason. Blurry because you're crying, Yuna. Have you ever cried before? I held her tight, fearing she might fade into the blur if I didn't. Why? Hina told me the reason. No, so you do care, Yuna. You just have like a really delayed emotional reaction to these things, it seems. Only now did I notice the tears trailing down my cheeks. Hina asked me. No, I shook my head. That wasn't it. I shook my head again. Hina's voice was strangely hesitant, a little anxious. I held her tight, embracing those feelings of hers as they bled into her voice. Oh, so you acknowledge it. That's so great, considering we had that moment in the beginning of the story, right, in the beginning of the game, where doesn't Sachi literally ask her straight up, are you having fun? Or are you actually enjoying this? And of course, Yuna's in complete denial. And so it's really nice to see her come around and admit it to herself, essentially, that she really did have fun with Sachi and Megumi, and that the friendship that she formed with both of them meant a lot to her in the end. And I think that's really, I mean, and that's very much been Yuna's character arc in the story anyways, is just getting her to connect more with people, right? That she wants to connect more with people. And that she was sort of dissuaded to do so after some girls talked shit about her back in junior high. And so she kind of distanced herself, except from people like Hina, we know, and even Ano to a degree, she seemed to have some kind of connection with. But yeah, this is like this realization of hers, this admittance of her is such like a good sum up of like her character arc, right? Because yeah, that's all there is to it. I got nothing else to say. I closed my eyes. I couldn't see Hina's face anymore, but her body, her warmth was in my arms. Ever since then, since they asked for my help, now what's been interesting about Yuna is we know from her as a character, we know that she's really good at managing people and managing things that she's passionate about, and she likes being involved and helping people. And it's kind of interesting. I don't really have another way to describe it because I don't know if I want to call it good or bad. But it's interesting how this game kind of frames that type of personality as something positive, because she didn't want to help people help, and I use that term very vaguely because help puts a positive spin on it, but she didn't want to be so involved in managing other people or helping other people after the cooking club gossip. And it's almost like Megumi and Sachi got her back into having more confidence in herself, right? Because that's something she talks about before, you know, how she has now more confidence in herself. And so they kind of got her getting back into having more confidence in herself to do what she loves, which it seems to be is helping and sort of meddling, which again, meddling puts a negative spin on it. I mean, and the only reason why I'm talking about this is because like I said, the only word I can really think of is just interesting, because I don't know if it is good or bad. But to have like that positive framing of it's good that you manage well and you like to put your opinion in and kind of manage other people and meddle at times and help at times, right? Depending on the situation. It just wasn't where I was expecting this story to go for her. And I know I've been sort of talking bits and pieces about it throughout the game. And so I just find it very, very interesting and surprising. But not at all badly done. Like, this all makes sense. Though I do still stand by the statement that I think they could have gone so much deeper with the conflict. But I've already talked about that. At first I thought I didn't want to help them. It almost felt like I was being forced. Helping other people with their love lives, meddling in affairs that were none of my business. At first I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to involve myself with other people that much. But I agreed. And every day after that, I know that now. I was really enjoying it. Thinking every day about what to do for all those girls. My help was supposed to be a secret, but at some point along the way, I got to know them, became friends, and over this half year, my days have changed. Just ended. Aww. I couldn't understand that right away. Just now, I finally got that. This feeling, it's... Hina's hand touched my cheek. Her warm hand. I shook my head, Hina's hand still on my cheek. That's true. I knew they'd leave. That's why I helped them so much. They were supporting everyone so that they could go home to wherever they've gone. For all this time, They longed to help those girls and finally found me. Now I can remember it clearly, here with my eyes closed. Sachi-san was smiling, and beside her, Megumi was sobbing, but they both said goodbye and went home. They left together, just as they'd wished. So, I'm not sad, and saying goodbye didn't hurt. It was seeing them off on their journey. There you go, Yuna. Totally undervaluing your own emotions. Which is what I guess kind of trips me up. Though maybe I shouldn't say anything yet. Let's see how this scene ends.
もう会えなくなるんだ。屋上に行ってもあの二人はいないんだ。寂しいな。
So this is how it feels to have a hole in your heart. I won't see them again. I have every day, and they won't be on the roof tomorrow. The two kindred spirits.
ユナね。いつかまた
It'd be nice.
会えるといいね。サチさんとめぐみさんに。
Ah, that's right. They said so at the end, both of them, and me too. See you later. I wonder when and where. Will we ever meet again now that they've gone? But we might, instead of thinking that we won't, thinking that maybe somewhere we will. I'd like to think that. That's why we said it. All of us. Me, Sachi-san, and Megumi. Well, like I said before, Yuna, everyone dies. So, you know. You might, I don't know, you might see them again.
またねって。
I guess it all depends on how the spirit world rules work in this game. Which again isn't something that's really important, so it's never explored. But you know. It's nice. You might actually really see them again. I slowly opened my eyes, and they met Hina's. She'd been watching me the whole time.
ひな。ありがとう。
If not for them, I probably wouldn't be holding her like this now. No, I'm sure I wouldn't be together with my precious Hina like this. I only learned of this feeling after meeting them. I only realized it. And now I'm able to tell her.
大好きよ。
I can tell her. I can hold her.
私もユナね。大好きだよ。
As I listened to her words, I finally released her, and I held her hand. In the chill of the morning air, we warmed our fingers and our palms, and we slowly started walking down Camilla Lane on our way home from school.
中学の最後の冬、あの時の私はまだ弱かった。今思えばわかる。あの時のみんなの言葉は私を傷つけるための言葉じゃなかった。
Yeah,
私がいない時だから出ただけの。
I'm not sure I understand what you mean by that, Yuna. Are you... Like, sure, their words probably weren't meant to hurt, but I don't think the reason why they were gossiping was because you weren't there with them. That seems a little weird.
小さな本音が混ざっていてもきっと本心じゃない。
Yeah,
冗談交じりの言葉だった。
I'm not a big fan of this revelation. I really don't like that Yuna's kind of disregarding this stuff and being like, oh, I was weak back then and that's why I got hurt by this gossip. To me, that's just so not, that's just so, it's such a bad way to look at things. I mean, well, it's true. You shouldn't let yourself be harmed by what people say about you. She's giving these girls way too much credit. I mean, and because of that, it feels like she's just kind of continuing to ignore how she really feel about it. Like, I don't know, I think it's okay to feel hurt about things. And I think it's okay to experience that pain to some degree. I mean, obviously, when it becomes destructive and it's inhibiting you, then that's not good. But at the same time, like, God, if people talk shit about you, at least acknowledge that people are talking shit about you and they shouldn't be talking shit about you, right? I mean, come on, Yuna. It's not just you being hurt over it, you know, they have blame, they should have some blame on them too, and I think it's okay to give them some responsibility in the whole thing. Yeah, okay, again, and I went and got hurt all on my own. I don't believe that. Yes, you are somewhat responsible, but you're not completely responsible. They had some the girls who were gossiping had some responsibility in hurting you too. And you should hold them accountable in the sense of recognizing your own feelings on the subject. And you know, I'm all about like, and the thing is, like, I'm all about taking responsibility for your own life and your own feelings, and I think as people, I think we do have a lot more control over our lives than we ever want to admit, and people way too often do play the blame game. But, like, I just feel like this is still tipping the scales one way, if that makes any sense. You almost need an equal distribution of accountability held here. And I think if they went deeper with Yuna's character and examined exactly why what was being said hurt her so much, Yuna might have come up as a more, as a fuller character. And you know, she's pretty well written anyways. Like, I think she's incredibly well written throughout this whole thing. But like I said, there was so much of the setup for her character arc with what happened in the cooking club. So much of that setup could have gone deeper. You could have explained, you could have gone into the more nuances or the more nuanced parts of Yuna's personality. And that's why, like, I remember recording those videos and talking about codependency, because it literally felt like that's where they were taking this. And not so much now. Now I can see that wasn't where they were going with it. But of course the story just feels shallow because, again, there's nothing unique about someone gossiping about you and you feeling hurt about it. That happens to everyone. But it's how you express or it's how you react to that pain and what's being said that's unique. And that is a unique experience, and no two people feel pain the same way or grieve the same way or react the same way. They might do all those things very similarly, but I just feel like you could have tweaked Yuna's character and gone more deeper in the why. Because all this stuff sounds so, not only shallow, like her conclusions now, not only shallow, but also just very mediocre, simple, not complex, which is a shame because her character, I thought, was set up to have a good deal of complexity that just didn't get used. And maybe that's because the game had to end, right? You couldn't you couldn't add any more material because the story had to end, but kind of sucks.
勝手に人と触れ合うのを恐れて、そして屋上に上がった。そしてあの二人に出会った。あれか幽霊に会うというとんでもない経験から始まった5月から今日までのこの半年間、いろんなことがあった。いろんな人に会った。出会った人の抱えた思いをこっそりと見守って、時々手伝って、その思いが実を結んだ瞬間を見ることができた。嬉しそうに笑って並んで歩く二人の姿を見た。そして多分変わることができた。
But that is something I think they got right in the story. Yuna really did change, and it was very subtly done and is wonderful. Don't get me wrong, I still love Yuna as a character. I still think she's pretty well written, all things considered.
心の中にずっと刺さっていた小さなトゲがようやく抜けた。消えてくれた。溶けてどこかに行ってくれた。そして大切なものを手に入れた。小さくて可愛くてしっかりしてて頼もしくて面倒を見てあげたくなる。でもいつも私を見ていてくれた。励ましてくれていた。大好きな愛しひな女の子の恋人。私もそう、女の子。でも二人まっすぐな気持ちでつながっている。
It's kind of a shame we're not getting any of Hina's perspective in this game. I kind of would have liked to see some of the story from Hina's point of view, because I feel like she's not really that much of a character. So even though I like her, there are aspects of her that are very endearing. You know, it just would have been nice considering, you know, Yuna's love interest and all that.
ずっと一緒にいたい。いつまでもこうして歩いていきたい。いつまでもこうして。ひな、あなたと手をつないで。
Is this the end? Don't we have another month though? Is this it? What's going on? What's going on? Oh my god, ending credits. What? But don't we have another month, right? Oh man. I can't believe it. Oh. I know there's more. It must be the bonus scenes or something. Oh, you guys, thank you for watching this. I don't care if you just randomly clicked on this video and like happened to start the video at this point. Thank you. I had so much fun doing this. I didn't really expect anyone to watch it. So if you liked it or you watched it and you didn't like it, thank you. Oh man, overall this game has been amazing, and I know there's more, but I've been super impressed. Even though it's not perfect, but I was pleasantly surprised for the most part. So, wow, holy shit. I think I've clocked like 50 hours of this already on Steam. Anyways, I don't know. I'm not gonna sit through the credits. The music was super loud, And I hope you guys could hear okay. I'll check in editing. Oh, and we got more. Let me turn the volume back up for y'all.
明日も明後日も雨。もう2人はいないけど、でも教えてあげる。この半年間のようにいろんなことをおしゃべりしながら、どうしようかって考えながら過ごしたお昼休みみたい。伝えたい。私のこと、ひなのこと、みんなのこと、この学校のこと、その日あったこと、見てきたことを思い浮かべながらお弁当を食べよう。時々はひなも一緒に、たまにはアノも連れて、友達も誘って、あなたたちがいたこの学園を見下ろしながら。
Aww, that was like a nice little epilogue. I guess we just have bonus scenes after this, right? Yep. Alright. Well, if y'all want me to do bonus scenes and record them, I'm gonna play through all of them. I don't know if I'm gonna record them though, which I think I mentioned in another video. But, yeah, we'll see. So anyways, thanks again for watching. And I know I kind of talked about that in the credits. But this has been so much fun, y'all. And if you've been here with me, again, if you've only watched a little bit of a video here and there, that's awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. So maybe I'll talk to you on the next one, if there is a next one. But either way, take care, as always. Bye.